Lightning McQueen, number 95. Once upon a time, my name was on all the Piston Cup tracks. The fans were chanting Ka-Chow, and the finish line was my second home. But that was a long time ago. A long time ago. I don't remember exactly how many years have passed. Maybe 10, maybe 20, after I retired from big-time racing, after cruise, after passing the baton to a new generation, I returned to Radiator Springs. I wanted a quiet life, riding along the old Route 66, helping the doc at the museum, although it was no longer there, chatting with the mater late into the night. But time does not spare even the champions. At first, I was just standing in Sally's garage. Then the garage was closed for repairs. Then the repair was postponed. Then everything was forgotten. My friends got old and left, but I stayed. First the dust, then the cobwebs, then the rain through the leaking roof. My red paint is tarnished, covered with dirt and rust. The number 95 has almost been erased. The tires were flat, and the engine was covered with a thick layer of dust. I was standing in the corner of an abandoned garage on the outskirts of the city, and no one came in. Even the master hasn't been here for a long time. They say he's helping out at the new racing school now. I didn't sleep, but I didn't live either. I just existed. I listened to the wind howling through the cracks as drops fell on the hood. Sometimes it seemed to me that I could hear the distant roar of the stands, but it was only the wind. I thought, that's it. The legend ended not on the podium, but in a dark corner, under a layer of dirt. And then the light. At first, the flashlight beam made its way through the dusty windows. Then the door creaked. I heard footsteps, human footsteps. Someone entered, stopped, and exhaled softly. Wow, it's him, the real Lightning McQueen. I didn't move. I couldn't. But inside, something trembled. The man came closer, ran his hand over my hood, wiped a thick layer of dirt from the Rusty's logo. "You're still here, old man," he said softly. I felt something move in the engine for the first time in years. Lightning McQueen. He returned the next day, with tools, with a sink, with friends. They opened the garage doors wide and let in the sun. I was wheeled out into the light, slowly, carefully, because the tires were completely flat. The first splash of water from the sink was like an electric shock. Dirt, dust, years of loneliness, everything was washed away by a powerful jet. I saw my reflection again, battered, rusty, but still red. Then the work began, day after day. They were removing rust, welding new panels, straightening dents, plastered, sanded, primed. My engine was disassembled to a cogwheel, cleaned, and everything that rotted was replaced. The new tires are wide and tenacious, just like in the best of times. The new paint is bright red with white stripes, with the fresh number 95, which shines as if it had just come from a printing house. This man, talked to me while I was working. He told me how he watched cars as a child, how he dreamed of seeing me for real one day. He said he wouldn't let the legend just disappear, and I believed him. When I was first turned on after recovery, oh, that sound! The V8 growled as if it hadn't been silent all these years. I pulled onto the road, slowly at first, then faster. Asphalt under the wheels, wind in the radiator, sun on the hood. I felt alive again. Right now, I'm standing on the starting grid of an amateur race, not the Piston Cup, but it doesn't matter. It's important that I'm racing again.
Next to him is the same man, my new friend and mechanic. He smiles and says, "Are you ready, champ?"
I purr the engine in response. I am Lightning McQueen. I've returned, and I'm still fast. Ka-Chow!